Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of TV. In this episode we're going to take care of the NFL AFC North Conference because you know we're talking football this week. There are 4 teams in this division, and last year from top to bottom I'm going to break it down for you. Number 1, we had the Bengals who came in at 10-6, the Ravens who were 9-7, the Steelers who were 9-7, and the Browns who were 5-11. Now let's take on the Bengals. I don't want to say they came out of nowhere because they do have a lot of talent. So in their last game last year, they lost in the wild card playoff game to the New York Jets 24-14. Now they had 10 wins last year and they swept the AFC North, meaning that out of their 10 wins, 6 of them came via the AFC North. That's amazing because if you could figure you get 4 wins out of the Steelers and the Ravens, that's a good job and kudos to the Bengals. But now let's talk about something else, the defense of the Bengals. Now, they were 4th in total defense, and they lost Antoine Odom after 6 games. Why is that big? Because as a defensive end, he had 8 sacks in 6 games. So you figure if you multiply 12 games and 8 sacks, I don't know, you do the math, and you can figure it out. I mean, they've also acquired the services of Pac-Man, or should I say Adam Jones. Yes, the Adam Jones who was with Tennessee and got in trouble in Vegas. Yes, the Pac-Man Jones who got in trouble in Dallas. But hey, he's turned over a new leaf. He's trying to keep his nose clean. He has the talent. It's all about the mentality. Now, let's talk to the offensive side of the ball. You got Terrell Owens and you got Ocho Cinco. 2 guys that have their own shows, 2 guys that are all-world receivers. If Carson Palmer can figure out how he can get back to his top 5 quarterback form, you're looking at a potent offense. To me, the key to the Bengals next season is going to be good defense and mental toughness because they're not going to sneak up on anybody this year. They in 1 year have gone from the hunted to the hunter in terms of they're the team that's going to be hunting for a championship and they're not going to be hunting for the number 1 spot in the AFC North. Next up, we have the Baltimore Ravens. Last year, they lost their divisional playoff game to the Indianapolis Colts 20-3. When you think about the Baltimore Ravens, you think about one thing, that killer defense. Terrell Suggs, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed. But now, they finally figured out the other side of the ball. They've acquired the services of Anquan Bolden, Dante Stallworth, and that's going to go along with Mark Clayton. So you match that up with Todd Heap and Ray Rice, along with the trigger man Joe Flacco. That's a potent offense. But this isn't the perfect world that we live in. And for all the years that we've thought of the Ravens of having a staple as their defense, that's secondary. 3 out of the 4 guys are injured. Ed Reed might not be ready for the first 6 games of the season. Their starting cornerback, Dominic Foxworth, is out for the season with an injured ACL. So, I mean, I personally feel that the key to their season is going to be the defense. Because last year they were 3rd in total defense and tied for 8th with the Washington Redskins in total pass offense. That doesn't bode well for your secondary being injured starting the season. So in saying that, the key to the season, I hate to say it, is the pass defense, and can they get those injured players back so they can have that potent defense to go along with that offense. Next up, we're going to have the Steelers. They didn't qualify for the playoffs last year, but this is a classic Steeler team. Tough, hard-nosed defense, ground and pound on the offense, and Ben Roethlisberger. Let's talk about Ben Roethlisberger. We all know the off-the-field problems that he had, so he's going to miss potentially 6 games, but could only be 4. So those 4 games are going to be played starting quarterback by who other than my man, Byron Leftwich. Yes, that's the guy that started for him when they went to the Super Bowl. Why does this bode big for them? Because in the conference with the Bengals and the Ravens, you can't start off 0-2, 0-4, 2-2, or 3-3. I think they need to bust out of the gate like gangbusters and go 4-0 with Byron Leftwich as the trigger man. I mean, they have acquired the services of Jonathan Dwyer via the draft, which is good because with Rashard Mendenhall, now you got a pounder to go with the slashy style of Rashard Mendenhall. Now, the key to the Pittsburgh Steelers, I feel, is this. They must start the season well without Ben Roethlisberger because with him on the team, that changes the offense completely. And without him, they're more of a conventional offense. So like I said, they can't start out 2-2, 1-3, or 3-3. I'm looking at 4-2, or maybe even 5-1 after those first 4 to 6 games that they could potentially miss with Ben Roethlisberger. Bringing up the rear, I hate to say, is going to be the Cleveland Browns. I mean, hey, they got Mike Holmgren as the GM, which is good because he is the offensive coordinator on the 49ers when they had Montana and Young. He was with the Packers and created Brett Favre when they won the Super Bowl. And he was also the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks when they went to the Super Bowl and unfortunately lost to the Steelers. I mean, he has acquired some good players. Colt McCoy from Texas. You got Joe Hayden from the Florida Gators. And he also got Montario Hardesty from Tennessee. Some good young talent. And they also have all-world talent. I don't even want to say what position he is because he's a wide receiver, but punt, kick, spread offense, wildcat offense, Josh Cribbs. So, I mean, hey, this is going to be a rough year. But the thing is, though, they have acquired, Jake Delhomme from the Carolina Panthers. So, I mean, they're saying that they have a lot of veterans on this team that know how to play. My thing is this. Can they catch lightning in a bottle? I mean, they have the personnel where they can win. It's just that they're in a division with the Bengals, the Ravens, and the Steelers. I mean, if they can catch lightning in a bottle, that's the key to me for their season. Now, you know where to be. Whether it be watching via the cell phone, on the couch, or just sitting in your living room. Watch that E.TV. Peace.